Oh, and Homeboys read it. It's going to be the Eve ban. Might be a Kaja first pick, maybe Fredrin for Banana again.
Are they prioing here?
I think Kaja's the safest.
Yeah, it
right?
is.
Kaja's the safest because we saw Warlord on the Kadita mixed. I would say it's mixed because there were a lot of times where he went for it, didn't work well.
Yeah.
But taking out a Fredrin.
Yeah. Oh, that might be a core idea that RRQ is banking on. If they're gonna be playing a lineup that has like an assassin or a marksman in the jungle along with a marksman in the gold lane, at least you have a really solid XP laner who can just hold the front line. So that might be one of the things that they're holding on to as their draft identity in this new patch meta.
Perhaps that might be the case, right? I mean, somehow it still affects your mixed feelings, right? For Drink Jungle.
At this
like
point,
it?
I think there's no more utility jungler.
Okay.
At this
Yeah.
point, I think it is going to be a
EXP.
Fredrin EXP. And this
Ling
time they're picking up the Angela.
Esmeralda is up
Yeah.
for grabs now.
Yeah, that's a thing actually. But then that might be a bait here for from Homeboys. Because if they go ahead and pick up the Esmeralda now,
This is too cheeky.
yeah, it's a
I
bit
was
too
talking about the Sun, but what about the Dyroth?
Dyroth, yeah.
It would do well against the Fredrin as well.
yeah. The burst should be good. For Sapat, non-Homeboys, yeah.
Between Sapat and Anip, I would definitely say Sapat.
Sapat,
But
yeah.
who knows? Who really knows, right?
know.
Dyroth, Rome.
Dyroth,
Dyroth,
Angela, gold lane.
EXP.
Oh, yeah. Maybe most likely for Sapat. I don't see that Tyroth going anywhere else.
Yeah.
Esmeralda,
Esmeralda
insta
right
pick,
away.
and Faramis.
Dyroth. Oh, this has to be a Dyroth then if that's the case.
Actually-
oh wait, no, because it's a gold lane Esme.
Could I feel like not a lot of catch here wouldn't be bad for a Claude as well.
Right now. Oh yeah.
And then
They're
just
up
ban out
against
Kaja, ban out all of the roamers. Ban out Kaja, ban out Kufra. Chipu has used the Cho not to great success, so
They can keep that open.
honestly, Carry is too cute because I think Carry can do well-ish, but I think it's just going to be way too tanky for the Carry. Leslie, though.
I like the carry. Oh,
What's going on?
Oh, is this Aldous
What's
gold
going on?
Wow.
or
this
Aldous
is-
mid?
What's going on?
Aldous mid for the first rotations, right? Because the 4 minions stack up in the mid lane.
Yeah. This is gonna be a really greedy lineup on the side of Homeboys, though. And there's
I
so
don't
many
know.
shields for the Esmeralda to just take. Yeah.
Oh my god, this is crazy. What is going on, homeboys?
I'm shook.
Aldous EXP or gold?
Does it matter?
Oh my god.
I feel like, call me crazy, maybe gold.
Whoa, yeah.
Gold probably is
Because the
gonna be
fact that
play.
you have the Ling, you don't necessarily need a marksman, right? Just everyone dive your body in as distractions, and then Ling just goes in.
throw bodies. I like it. Oh, but then this puts so much pressure on the XP lane of Homeboys because he's gonna have to be like the tank in a way.
Or just another distraction. What about a Vendetta?
I don't see enough pieces yet from the side of RRQ, from RRQ yet for Homeboys to even consider the benefit that.
Let's see.
Bit too greedy for
Options.
my taste.
Options. Paquito, Ruby, Lapu Lapu. What? Like, again, we already talked about the Dyroth, but what if it's not the Dyroth? What else? Because so far, against this three tanky men, women, and Necromancer, I think the Dyroth will be pretty okay.
It's I got a hero, but it's very it counters. It got will counter.
Sure.
It's a glue, but going up against a Faramis.
Actually, I want to touch on
up
it just
against
a little
Fireman,
bit.
no.
We've seen the glue going up against the Faramis. Glue split. Faramis used the Ghost Boosters.
Yeah, and everything.
Right, we don't see that interaction anymore. Was it patched? Right? Like I don't know. Maybe I just didn't catch it, but
We still saw it yesterday.
no. I saw the match because I was hosting that one. We were all there. Usually, you would see a big burst of damage.
This time, Not anymore.
Not even a small burst of damage. I saw no damage. And the Faramis was building Clock Lightning and Glowing Wand.
Oh, yeah, so the pure damage
Yeah.
type of Theramis.
But still, it doesn't happen anymore. I don't know.
Okay, that's something we have to watch out for then.
Yeah.
If ever we see Theramis and Glue go up against each other, okay, that's something to consider. If the Glue shows up here, Homeboys probably know something we don't.
But if they want to go the conventional way and pick up a marksman here, right? Perhaps the Claude. You mentioned the Claude Lafelle. I really like it. It can add more combinations towards the Angela, not just the Ling Angela, perhaps the Claude Angela. But they will secure a hero that can lock.
So Angela mid.
Angela row.
Mid.
Oh, Angela mid, you're right.
Yeah, it's Kaja that's going to be rolling.
Or Kaja mid, like
Oh yeah, they're interchangeable weirdly
because
enough.
Starlium Scythe could be good on the Kaja.
Damage.
I prefer Kaja just really living up to his strength and utility. They have enough damage
Yeah.
for me.
I mean, it's not like Angela will build tank anyway, so might as well just put Angela mid, right? So yeah. This is interesting because it's really not showing Homeboys' draft.
Yeah.
It's really not.
We don't know their XP later yet. It's really gonna be tanky.
Oh, Hilda again, though.
The great
Ranger!
On top of the Aldous. That's ballsy.
It is.
Marksman! I mean, we fought against the Granger just now
True.
in the jungle.
Yeah.
Let me just say, I was one-shotted by a basic attack.
The final bullet.
I don't
basic
even
attack.
think it's the final blow.
Oh no.
My God.
Oh,
One
no.
basic attack, I was one-shotted.
Yeah, and this is a draft set up for that Granger. We're seeing 1-3-1 returning as a viable strategy, not just from time to time, but probably most of the time. Turning back the clock while also including in some of the learnings and the developments from the previous patch and the previous meta we've had. So interesting. Super tanky XP laner. I don't know anymore. Oh, it's a Dyroth. Hey!
We called it. We called it.
You guys called it. I didn't want to believe it, but you guys called it. You guys were right.
Okay. You know what? Remar, before the game would start, you were talking about fight. This is a fighting composition.
Yep. I'm excited.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically 5 fighters.
Fighters.
The only marksman we have here is in the jungle. I want Homeboys to win just so that we can prolong this slugfest.
Series.
Yeah. It's gonna be good. This is gonna be good. I like it. Let's
I
go. Let's
can't
go.
wait.
You know what else is good?
What?
The casters.
Gideon, I can't lie to you. These drafts by these two teams look like both a throwback to 2021 and a ranked game I played last night.
Yeah, I don't know. I can understand the sentiment for sure. The Granger looks real fun to play in this type of composition, but man, what is Homeboys thinking?
Both of them. Well, to be fair, RRQ only really turned this way to answer what Homeboys were presenting, but just the same, they were one of the few teams to actually bring back the 1-3-1 here in SPS post-patch. Let's get into it. Persic and the gang starting off with the orange, and it's a mirrored start for Chibi and his XP laner. Something to note here. Were you expecting for Sepa to do this?
No.
Is this a dead lane we were waiting for? That Dyroth? Oh wait, see, look, he's about to get punished.
Yep, instantly ganked as he tries to go for the leash. He needs to be able to heal as much as he possibly can. He's going to get the shred on towards Banana Sub, but Clay is going to make sure that he goes down as soon as possible. And that's what you want to see, right? They sacrifice the mid lane for this just to cheese out strong side.
Oh, wow. Sacrificing the mid is an understatement. They up and left it, man. For a full minute, those waves have been fighting each other and only each other. Both mid laners are absentee mid laners. Dear Lord. Warlord, if there was a mid-Angela, see, like, all of these things are just making sense to me now.
I mean, what can you really do, right? At least with Warlord, he's able to keep Suboy in check and keep Chibi healthy. Not like the previous game where Chibi was getting constantly harassed the entire game, right? But they're trying to play for Strong Side, and Strong Side is this winning Dyroth lane. As they get on top of Suboy, he's going to get on top of Chibi, but Clay, he's running out of mana very, very fast, and considering that he's only taking the magic, lethal ignition, he's not going to be able to get as much mana back.
Which is, I think, going to slowly pay off in the late game, or the mid, after he picks up a few items. Checking out the emblems here. Yes, indeed, folks, that is the base emblem, the common emblem on the Angela and the Aldous, mid and gold. While on Sin here, the gold lane Esmeralda, he's rocking the support emblem, which is, I think, because of both the healing and the movement speed, which is a throwback to the old Esme pre-patch. Anyways, you put Avarice on that.
Yeah,
Right. So
yeah.
let's see. RRQ clearly in the lead now, approaching 1,000 gold ahead 2 minutes in. But this is less devastating than I thought it would be for Homeboys.
I agree for sure. And more importantly, right, looking at the emblem setup for Supbot especially, like he is trying to sustain. He knows he can win this lane without any help whatsoever, but once you start getting into these bigger influencing side laners, or in this case the mid lane, that's when he's going to have a lot of troubles and team fights. So it's interesting to see. Now, let's see who's going to get this first entire lord in. Falls into the hands of RRQ, who secures the turtle, as we do see the hard guard and the call altar being popped respectively. Chibi should not be able to get out of this. He ends up going down to C4 regardless of that hard guard. And Barbosa, unfortunately, can't do too much.
You see how Warlord just preemptively jumped out, canceled the hard guards, like, yeah, this is a sinking ship. I'm out of here. And that's even before Sin joined the fight. There were so many shields being dropped there in that engagement. In, what, under 3 minutes alone. And now Sin threatening the purple here. Oh, I think that was a retry. Oh, this is waiting to be a big fight.
And they're looking to try and punish Sin in the meantime, and they get just that with the help of Barbosa's Divine Judgment, holding him until the very end here. Chibi needs the power farm, but Seapoy's not going to let him do it for free. In the meantime, Anip, he's just going to farm his stacks all day, right? As long as they stay away from the gold lane, he's just doing his thing.
All right, back-to-back good news for Homeboys. They got the punish. Oh, hey, Chibi.
He's fine. He's fine.
All right, yep. Sonata wasn't off cooldown. Anyways, Retri also wasn't off cooldown earlier, so he didn't need to use it despite that little scuffle in his purple buff pit. He didn't need to use Retri. And second bit of good news, Red Letter Day for Homeboys, Anip has been left untouched. Well, save for the lane duel against Sin, right? Who is rocking a Swift and Tenacity. Interesting. He knows that there's going to be big fights, and I think if anyone's going to be building penetration from Homeboys, it's really just Chibi and Sepat, who's very far from this engagement altogether.
Yeah, and Sepat will naturally get the items. He doesn't need the emblems that help him out in this case. Barbosa with the Divine Judgment towards Banana's side, while Seapoy was getting right on top of the right targets. Hard guard has been popped. Sepat manages to survive with his flicker. Call Altar was popped in response to ensure that nobody dies from the side of RRQ, completely shutting out the Homeboys.
And we're going to see here exactly how RRQ finds their stranglehold, how they find their footing, and then eventually punish. Oh, look at Barbosa. He wants to get out of here. There's no Divine Judgment here. And look at the health on RRQ. They understand that there's not enough damage from Homeboys when they're not ready quite yet. Between Anip and Barbosa, yeah, they can just force the issue. Banana can just stand there like a total Chad. And yeah, look at this, how difficult it is. Oh, just dodging that Abysm Strike all this while. Free turtle for RRQ.
Can't do anything about it. It's a tough position to be in, right? When you don't have this much control over your mid lane, your side lanes aren't doing well, and more importantly, your strong side is getting heavily punished in the earlier stages of the game, which is supposed to be their strongest suit. So Banana, as long as he keeps sandbagging this lane, it's going to be fine. And here comes Chibi and Barbosa to try to make sure and try to break the stalemate.
Oh, it's a 4v2 down there. Effectively a 1 since it's just Cheapwee. Banana needs to heal up. They spot out Clay!
Divine Judgment looks good on towards Clay's side. Chibi secures the kill before the call altar actually pops with the passive. Make sure that Clay comes back instantly and now is running towards the mid lane.
Yep, and all this while top lane, it's a 1v1. It's at Aldous versus Esmeralda, which up until the ultra late, I'd give to the Esmeralda 9 times out of 10, right? Zin is just calling the shots. He gets what he wants, and right now he's trapped between... Oh, a rock and a hard place. 4v3!
Sepat instantly goes down, knowing that his life is over. Barbosa sticking around for a little too long. Forced to get on out of there. The bonk is good, and the kill from Zin is even better as bottom side gets attacked by GBN as well as Warlord, trying to kill Seaboy for his transgressions against Jungle Law. But the damage forcing out the Blade of Tempest. GB tries to go for it. Warlord is trying his absolute best. GB will secure this kill, but oh, the hard guard saves his life. Wow! All this for a roam, by the way.
I love it. I love it. This is the kind of synergy you expect, but wait. Chibi about to get punished. Turret still goes down anyways. Semblance of structure, because again, Homeboy just turned the metagame on its head. Right now, Chibi gets away, loses his on the way out. What a punish, and now, oh no, it's Anip.
Yep, he cannot die here. He needs all the uptime possible to be farming consistently wherever he can get it. And if he moves towards bot side, that's really going to affect Turtle. So Anip, he'll eventually... Wait, no, Homeboys. they've shifted their attention towards Sin's side. They know that he's isolated and he can't deal with Subbot right now as he chases him. The Abysm Strike has already been used as well. They're going to set up this dive on bot side. Tier 1 finally falls. Turtle should get soloed, but the setup is already here. Barbosa doesn't want to jump further than this. It's 2v3 up top side of the map. They can clear the waves just in time with Fredrin walking up the river as Homeboys give it up.
Yep. If anything, RRQ will walk away with another turtle, 100% going over to them. Very little contest. You're right. It's Xin who's the weak side right now. He loses to Barbosa and he loses to Sepat. And if Warlord and Chibi find him and he's the only member there, it's dangerous. But now, oh, quick! Big fight up top!
And as well as the hard car put on towards Subbot side, Blade Tempest is going to help secure this kill on towards him. Jane's Fate is able to join the fight now with Aldis in the middle of all three. They're low. GB manages to get back out, but Warlord stranded by himself, falling towards Sin, achieving the starting assignment. Even Anip ends up dying here. A disaster for the Homeboys.
Very reminiscent of Game 1, where Fursic was just power farming and eventually joining these big fights. This is a colossal turn for Fursic and RRQ. Look at this young man, sitting at 3-0-2, rocking his Blade of Despair and Hunter Strike on his way to the Endless Battle. This is the most spread out Endless Battle I've ever seen. You know that those three items eventually build up to one, right?
Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And these are not like cost-efficient items like a War Axe or even Corrosive Scythe in this case. That really reflects his 2.25k lead.
Huge.
So far. GB getting attacked by Sipui once again, being super annoying. Clay is nearby to bail him out of any situation, but look at topside, right? We see the Granger and as well as Banana starting things off. Can Hanik get himself out of here? And he is going to use the Chain's Fate, but it really doesn't matter. First Six is just so far ahead.
Yep, takeoff and projectile speed on his ult. It's not fast enough. And again, he had to click either Sin or Chipui for that to actually matter, for him to get away. But the damage is so real. The damage is just all there for Fursic, who is rocking, again, the Assassin emblem. And check this, Season Hunter. He's not rocking penetration, he's buying penetration. But he has Season Hunter and agility.
Interesting.
He's investing in the early to mid so he gets to late faster.
I get it. All right. So at least with Season Hunter, there's something there, right? And for the rest of the team, making their way down towards bot side, again, they have to start sticking together. It's really tough when you have no lane pressure. Sin is going to start walking up now fearlessly with his items complete. Barbosa getting chunked out, especially when the Falling Star Moon has been committed to. They could look to turn this around, but again, not a very good position that Subbot is in. He sees First Six, but they can't even do anything to protect that purple buff, and they angle them out.
All right, so good news for Homeboys is they're slowly building up, right? The fact that RRQ aren't going, I'd say, what, 200 miles per hour here? They're going 150 for sure. They're very fast. They're taking objectives. But just the same, they're not going for a kill every minute. They're not going for a kill every time they see somebody. So that means Homeboy can actually build up.
Oh, the Falling Star Moon is good. They lock him down, and Clay ensures the kill. They get him unstoppable, at least with the Death Sonata on towards Warlord's side. They can't do anything. The Blade of Tempest even being utilized, but Banana refuses to let him go. Kill going over to Clay once again. Big damage on the mid inhibitor. They can take this for free, and especially since they have that Lord pushing and Anip nowhere to be found, there's nothing they can do about this. Homeboys continue to watch as their real estate gets taken away. Barbosa flickers for First Six, gets the Divine Judgment, but it does not matter. Homeboys drops the game, and RRQ is able to sweep them under the rug. 2-0. GG. Well played.
The King of Kings move on and live to see another day, making it on through with a chance of seeing the Challenge Finals in Jakarta. Man, I should have held my tongue, man.